Welcome back, everybody. Turning tragedy into a book that can tell a story and help others. That's what Carol Stern, One Maryland Woman, is doing. She's joining us live now to talk about that. Good morning, Carol, and thank you for waking up early with us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course. So before we get into the book, tell me about you and Gary.
Well, I met him when I was about 40 years old, and I fell in love with him. He was wonderful and did everything in the world for me, and I was very lucky to have him in my life.
So tell me about the process of, Gary being sick and then his diagnosis and kind of your medical journey with him.
Well, he had a pre-existing condition. He had had Crohn's since he was 12, 13 years old, and it had gone into remission in 2000. In 2011, he started getting sick, so he went to the emergency room, and the doctors didn't do all the tests, and the tests they did do were inconclusive. So instead of finishing testing, they made assumptions and started treating him for Crohn's, and it wasn't his Crohn's. And the medication they put him on ended up making his condition worse. They didn't catch it until after 2 surgeries, which was he had an ulcer that perforated because of the medication they put him on.
And then, tough to talk about, but sadly, Gary ended up passing away. Then tell me, briefly what that was like for you after the medical journey that you had been through with him.
It was really tough. First of all, my husband Gary had his intestinal organs on the outside of his body for over 3 years. I took him home like that. And in the process, he was denied disability because you always get denied the first time. And through all the hospitals, over 100 surgeries, trips to the OR, a lot of doctors telling me he's going to die any minute. The doctor finally said, take him someplace that he can recuperate before he has the next surgery. I brought him down to North Carolina, and our life was doing all right until he succumbed to having TPN in the system for so long. TPN is not really the way you're supposed to eat. Gary didn't have anything to eat or drink for over 4 years. Everything was IV for him. So once he passed away, and he asked me to write a book before he passed. He said somebody needs to be able to hear this so it can be fixed. And I prayed about it, and after he passed away, I was like, we need to fix some problems. And this book, I hope, gets out there to the right people that can give them guidelines so they don't have to go through what we went through. And I'm hoping that it opens a lot of American eyes to what needs to be changed in our healthcare system. And there's a lot that needs to be changed. And I'm hoping that this is a guideline to get things going on the right way.
Yeah. So the book is about kind of like the issues that you personally felt with the medical system. If people are interested in this, or if they want to learn more about you and Gary, or about how they can get help, how can they find the book?
Well, the name of the book's Ripped Apart Living Misdiagnosed. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local bookstores. It's out there for everybody to get, and I really want people to be able to use it as a guide so that they can start questioning, and if they think that something's not right, it's okay to stand up and ask. And Google. Do a lot of Googling. Find out your own body.
Yeah. All right, Carol, thank you so much. That's all of my questions. We really appreciate you joining us this morning, bright and early, to talk about this. And of course, we will have more information on our website about how people can find that book. Thank you again, Carol.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.